hopefully that took care of the problem. Changed headsets. See how that works out for us. Well, as we were away, it looks like we had a caution. Currently running, you have Anthony Promoter still leading the pack, Todd Cray in second, Jason Spears in third. It doesn't appear that anybody really came in for any pit stops there, so everybody still has all their tires. Looks like Tim Marlowe, Ron Thompson, Dustin Vielhausen, and Patrick Desaulnier came in. Pace truck's going to dip off, and Anthony will bring him back to green. And Anthony gets another good start. Todd Cray's right on his heels now. Looks like Anthony Promoter, Todd Cray, Logan Keyes, Jason Spears, Russ Bosevert, and Joe Zader, top six. This track gets strung out a little bit, so there's really no side-by-side racing here. It's a one-groove track. So for whatever reason, the sound is still messed up. So I'm just going to shut up and let you guys enjoy the race. Well, looks like I've been told the sound is working fine. On my YouTube, it wasn't sounding that great. So, well, we'll take a whack at it and see what happens. And it does appear that Anthony Promoter is just kind of schooling the field currently. Logan Kai's has moved up into second place around Todd Craig. We are 28 laps in of 109. Or 108, I'm sorry. Looks like it's going to be all the Anthony Promoter show tonight. Now, it looks like Ron Thompson, our point leader, is a lap down here, so I'm not really sure what happened to him there. I don't know if he had some issues or what, but with second place out of the race tonight, it doesn't appear that Ron's going to have a whole lot of competition. The next closest one would be Todd Cray, and Todd Cray is 85 points behind, so it's going to be virtually impossible as long as Ron finishes the night that he doesn't become the new champion. Take a little walk back through the pack here. You have Logan Kai's in second place. We have Mr. Todd Curry in third. Now Ron Thompson's first truck a lap down, running right there with him. But he is currently running in the 14th position. Currently, the fourth place car is going to be the fourth place car is going to be Jason. Well, actually, it's Russ Bovair now as he gets around fourth place Jason Spears. And it looks like Joe's going to follow Rush right on through. Now Ryan Lang right behind him in the 31. Levi Allen right there with him as well. Tim Marlowe in ninth. Looks like he got a little loose there coming off the corner, but is able to save it. Good save, Tim. Patrick Desaulnier was able to get around him and move back, move up into that 10th or 9th position. Doc back here in 11th. Looks like he was able to get around Blair Patterson. I don't know if Blair got a little loose coming out of the corner or what. I think some of these guys are struggling right now with some tires. 35 laps in, and still have Anthony Promoter out front with a commanding 2-second lead over second place Logan Kai's. You can hear Anthony downshift going into the corner there. Build those RPMs up to get that good run off the corner and keep up that speed down the backstretch. He's just painting that white line. Definitely the Anthem promoter show tonight. He was our champion last season, so he definitely knows how to get around these tracks. I'm going to take a quick pause. I'll be right back. I am back. And it is still Anthony Promote out front. He's done stretched it out. Got a 2.5 second lead over second place Logan Kais. Here I'm thinking that it was my headset causing the problem. I kind of believe it was my TV that was giving me a hard time here. So I was sitting here running around like a chicken with my head cut off for no reason at all. So far, other than the one caution early in the race, 42 laps in, the Anthony Promote is still in the commanding lead. Just continues to put that gap on the field. Really, it feels pretty strung out. A little bit of racing right back here with Levi Allen and Jason Spears. They've been going at it for the last couple laps. Ryan Lang right in front of them. About the only race going on. Back up front, still Anthony Promoto. about that time since we get some green laps going on here. Let's go ahead and put this one out for Mr. Greer as we go side by side. Shout out to Mr. Greer with FRT Motorsports. We appreciate the support, buddy. Keep Jimmy Babb in line. Still back out front. Mr. Anthony Promoter showing the way with Logan Keyes in second, Todd Cray in third, Chris Gobert in fourth, and Joe Zader in fifth. Like I was saying earlier, mark on your calendars, June the 29th, 9:30 Eastern Time. We're going to have that benefit race for us. It is being called the first annual Tanya Bobear Memorial. So come out, support Russ, show him some love, show him what these sim racers can do. We're all one family at the end of the day. We all come on here and do something that we love to do. So it's hard when a brother has to go through, or a sister has to go through anything like that. All right, so it looks like we're going to get our second caution of the night. Now, I am not really sure. I don't really see any tore up vehicles anywhere. I am not sure why it came out. Maybe they decided to throw a stage caution. Just to shake things up a little bit. They'll definitely be able to come into pits and make it to the end from here. Now the one thing this will do, well, Ron lost that, well, maybe not. So Patrick Lasaulniere, I think, was the cause of that caution. And he was one lap down. The first car lead one lap down. But that will move Ron into the first car one lap down, so that should get his lap back. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here with Patrick. Bear with me here while I see if I can figure this out. Yeah. All right, so looks like Patrick is kind of all on his own here. Looks like he self-spun, put a little too much wheel coming into the corner there. He wasn't quite able to save it. Anthony Promoter won that race off of pit road, so he's going to lead him back to green with Logan Keyes on the outside of that front row there. Ron's got his lap back. So this should be an interesting race. Ron was running right up front there with him for a while in the top 5. Running right with the top 5. So, like I said, I don't think he's in much danger of losing his championship. We appreciate your support, FRT Motorsports. Like I said, as long as you can keep Jimmy Babb in check, you guys will be good to go. I know the league greatly appreciate the support and coming out and watching these guys work hard every week to put on a good show for you guys. One to go here. Chevrolet Pace Trucks bringing them around. Looks like Patrick decided to go ahead and retire his truck. Looks like Brian Helms also the other truck out of the race. Stick with us after the race. We'll have the top 3 finishers in the podium in the box, and we'll also talk with a champion. Pace truck is off. Get ready to go green.
Green, green, green.
All right, Anthony gets a great jump on the start there. Going to bring Todd Cray with him. Todd's going to be able to take advantage of that inside line, possibly keep that second place. Although Logan was able to get a really good run off the corner there and trying to make a run for the lead. This is definitely one of those tracks that try to get those positions early because of how hard it is to pass here. Looks like we might have some racing here, boys. Logan's going to be able to go ahead and make that pass and move into the lead. Second lead change of the race. He's been dominant the whole race. Well, let's see if Logan can hang on to that lead. Make it to the end. Just like that, everybody's back to single file once again. Logan Ty's kind of checking out a little bit. Anthony promoted in second, Ty Cray in third. Russ Colbert just kind of hanging around there in the top 4. If it's anything like normal.
All right, man, caution is
Yeah,
out.
looks like we had a spin in the back there. 91 of Blair Patterson. Figure out what happened to old Blair here. I'll see if he got any help here. I don't know. Let's see if we can get a better view on this. All right, looks like we come off the bottom there. Looks like got a little bit squirrely coming off and just could not save it coming off of 4. Got in the throttle a little too quick. Still on those cold tires. Just couldn't quite find that grip. Logan held on to the leads. Anthony will be starting in second. Ricky Williams is going to get back one of his laps. So he'll only be 5 laps down now. Just like they say though, cautions usually breed caution. So let's hope this is not the start to a caution-filled end of the race. As it stands currently, we have Logan Keys in first, Anthony Pomoda in second, Todd Cray in third, Russ Beaubear in fourth, and Ryan Lang rounds out the top 5. Ron's made his way back up to 10th there. So for all intents and purposes, Ron Thompson should be our champion for this season. It looks like Blair Patterson has now retired his vehicle. Ricky chose to come in and take advantage of that caution there, getting his lap back. Maybe put him some new skins on there and maybe give him a little bit of advantage. Get back up toward the front a little bit to get some of his laps back. All right, so sitting at 50 to go currently. 59 of 108 complete. We should be going 1 to go at this time. The lights are off on the pace truck. These last few starts, that outside line has been getting a really good run on these starts. So let's see if Anthony's got anything for Logan on this start. Maybe bring Russ with him. So the pace truck dips off. We're going green.
Green, green, green.
All right, Logan Kais gets a really good start. Looks like Anthony was sleeping a little bit on that one. Looks like Todd Cray's going to be able to get down in the corner and get side by side with him coming off. See who wins that drag race down the backstretch here. us just kind of hanging behind them just to see how it's going to play out here. And once again, pretty much everybody's single file at this point. Joe Zader running another good race, consistent top 5 for him. If I had to give a most improved driver, I'd definitely have to give it to Joe this year. He's been very, very consistent, running clean races. I don't even think he's really had that many incidents all season long. So glad for Joe. Put on a good showing for Nipa Towing. Mr. Ryan Lang, always a hard charger. Man can wheel pretty much anything he races. He's one of them Kyle Larson type guys. He runs everything. I had the pleasure of running Sebring with him in 24 Hours of Sebring. And poor guy had to run through the rain for the majority of the rain part. So I kind of felt sorry for him for that. But he did a great job. Helped us do pretty decent. Mr. Levi Allen with him there. Pretty sure this is Levi's either first or second season. He's done pretty decent this year as well. He's in the top 10 in points. I know Tim Marlowe. Tim Marlowe's been around. Think I've been racing with Tim for years now. Always fast and always fun to race around. Jason Spears, him and Bernard Persons have been pretty decent this year with Spear Motorsports. Bernard is another one of them people that were in the top 10 in points, but I don't see him tonight either. So, but it is at vacation time, so I know school's out in a lot of places here. So I'm sure people are going through that stuff right now as well too. So after this season, they'll take a few weeks break, and then they'll kick off the next season sometime in July. Mr. Ron Thompson running back there in the 10th place, just biding his time, just running a clean race, pretty much knowing he's got the championship wrapped up. And my brother from another mother, Mr. Doc Stout, and his sun drop. Man loves that sun drop. Some good stuff. That cherry sun drop, that's pretty good. And we got Mr. Dustin Vealhouse back here in 11th. Another one of the McConey drivers, one of Blair Patterson's teammates. And then, of course, Ricky Williams. Yeah, he's a couple laps down, but he's new this season, just getting his sea leg, so I'm sure he'll step up his game a little bit next season. Meanwhile, back out front, we still have Mr. Logan Kais. Logan's keeping a good little distance there. Looks like managing the gap to Anthony back by half second. Looks like about another half second back to Todd Craig. So with Bailey Dutton not in the race tonight, Todd should be able to take over the second place in the point standings. So still going to be a pretty decent little payout. We'll get Doc up here in the booth with us after the race. He can kind of go over the final standings and the stuff that's going to happen with these guys. we are in a pretty calm race environment. Let's do a little crank it up. Back up front, we still have Logan Kais, still managing at about a half second gap. So let's see what it's like to take a lap around with the lead. Downshifts in the third there. His RPM is up to get a good run off the corner. Take that momentum down the backstretch. Down into turn 3, should downshift once again, about mid corner. No, not shifting out of and 4. Yeah, or later. That's probably about right. If you notice, 3 and 4 is a whole lot wider corner than 1 and 2. That is a lap with your leader. Back green with what, 60 laps to go, so these things are probably going to be a handful to drive here shortly. These things are tough on the tires coming out of the corner. Looks like Anthony's starting to step it up a little bit now though. Looks like he may have been back there sandbagging a little bit, saving his stuff and just letting Logan burn his up. Showing him the nose, trying to get underneath that and going into 3 here. It's going to be kind of hard to pass, so. It's hard to get that good run off these corners to be able to get that momentum to pass it down the straightaway. Keep that high line, keep that momentum up. Make it harder for Anthony to try to get around him. Looks like he's downshifting to 24 that time. He's not cutting him no slack. He's definitely making him drive it harder than he probably wants to right now. He gets under him once again, but that outside is going to have that momentum. Anthony is definitely trying. Logan making him work for it though. Definitely going to be a tough pass. gonna make it? No. Logan keeps that momentum up on the outside. I think that one would have been a photo finish there. It would have been the last lap. Looks like Anthony may have a run this time, so looks like he's going to be able to complete that pass. Anthony promoted back to the lead. Now let's see what he does in clean air. See if he can just walk off and like he did in that first stint. The boss man himself, he's working his way up there a little bit too now, so definitely don't want to rule out Russ. He can be sneaky and just all of a sudden be there right at the end, and you're like, where did he come from? That man can save some tire. He's done made some changes to his truck as well too, looking pretty sharp there. Oh, Todd Gray gets a little loose coming out of 2. Was able to gather it back up, not lose a whole lot of time. Joe's hanging in there as well. He's staying right there, nice and steady. Looks like we got us a little race going on back here with Ryan Lang and Levi Allen. Looks like Levi was able to make that pass on Ryan for 6th place. Ryan Thompson was able to move up another spot. Up into the nice spot now. He's just back there riding. Looks like he's sizing up Jason Spears here. Try to get him another spot. Yeah, but meanwhile, back up front, it's the Anthony Promoter Show. He's then started to check out. He's done put about 8/10 on 2nd place Logan Keyes. A little over 1 second back to Todd Cray 3rd place. Back to 22 to go. 3 quickie cautions for the evening so far, only 12 for 12 laps. Just for some self spins, no big crashes. This track kind of drives like a short track anyway, so not going to see anything real big. Logan, Todd, and Russ all about a half second from each other. Russ may be gaining a little bit on Todd. So back to our benefit race. We're going to start posting that up on social media probably this weekend. Give everybody plenty of time to make time to see if they can make the race. Now that race, I will be broadcasting, but I will be broadcasting under the banner of Speed Race Network. Speed Race Network is stepped up and is going to broadcast it on their platform. Good guys over there. You definitely want to check them out. They have a couple good series as well. Have prizes coming in from Apex Sim Racing. Jimmy Fisher over at Apex Sim Racing has stepped up. Going to give out the first place prize. Going to give out one of his awesome button boxes that he puts together. I've been using one of his button boxes for years now. It's been amazing. I'm doing the second place prize. The second place finisher. I'm giving out a custom light box. For those that don't know, I do a little bit of 3D printing and I make LED light boxes. So I'll be able to create a light box in the logo of the second place or whatever the person wants to do. Dylan Clark from DC Designs is going to give out a couple paints. I'm going to do a couple random drawings throughout the race as well. I'm going to give out a Nitro 3D printed light box as well as a 3D printed hero card. So a couple different things going on, and I think SRN said that they were going to, they had some things that they were going to do too, so that's going to be a surprise. Trying to get a couple of the bigger names in iRacing to come out and help support us during the race as well too. So if you're around and want to race, you don't even have to race. If you want to just donate, look for the PayPal link. All money goes directly to Russ. Even though I'm putting on the race, everything's going directly to Russ. He's the one that's going to need that help from the community. And so just kind of keep that in mind. The entry fee is going to be $10, but you are welcome to give more. But to make the race, you do have to donate at least $10. That's all I ask. But if you do have any questions, reach out to me. You can reach out to Dylan Clark. You can reach out to Josh Harbin. Any one of us should be able to help you with that. And just come out and support a good cause. And help out a fellow iRacer. So we are at 15 to go, and it's still the Anthony Promoter Show. Still out front, and he's definitely checked out like he did earlier. He's got a little over a second lead over second place Logan Kais. Now during my little brief rant there, Russ Bovair then moved into third place over Todd Cray, and he is slowly gaining on second. So that's going to be your next fight here. So we will see how this plays out. He's taking little bites at a time out of that. We don't call him Baby Shark for nothing. Logan's good in one corner and Russ is good in the next. So they keep kind of trading off lap times there. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop Anthony Promoter tonight. He's definitely showing why he was last year's champion. Or last season's champion, I should say. He wasn't able to run a full schedule this season because of work. It happens to the best of us. Hopefully he'll be back next season to get the championship again. Oh, and just like that, second place Logan Kais gets loose coming out of 2. Allows Russ to close in a little bit more. Todd Craze would making a last-minute run here. He's trying to get up into that mix and see if he can pick up a second place. Now, not sure he can catch Ron because Ron's running in ninth, but I'm sure he would definitely wants to solidify his second spot, second place finish in the point standings for this season. So every position counts. He is sending it into that corner, trying to catch these guys. It's a shame Bailey and Brinson were here tonight. I would have liked to have seen them run. Not sure what happened to that. Let's see if I can figure out what happened with that. Russ is trying to get to that back bumper here to see what he can do. See if he can make that pass. Logan's doing a good job of keeping him in the dirty air. And meanwhile, Anthony Promoter's just checking out. Looks like Russ may get the run off the corner this time as Logan gets a little loose again. He is going to be able to make that pass, but Logan's going to fight back out on the outside while Todd Craze trying to take advantage of it as well. Russ couldn't quite clear him down that off that corner. Logan sends it into two. Russ is going to be able to finally complete that pass. Logan gets a little loose out of two there. Todd wasn't quite able to take advantage of that. These guys are all slip sliding around now. Still the fastest truck on the track though is Anthony Komodo. Coming back with 6 to go. Joe Zader kind of coming up into the mix now here toward the end of the race. I think he wants a piece of the pie. Making a good run out of here. It's going to be a good little race here in the next lap or so. Todd is just sending it. Wow. It's hurting this exit though. And just like that, Joe's making that run to the inside. He is going to be able to make that pass. Joe Zader moving up into the 4th spot. It's like Levi Allen's creeping back into the picture now too. They've been sitting back there kind of saving a little bit. Now they got a little bit better tire than these other guys do. Joe's a man on a mission right now. He wants to get him another podium. Guys are running each other nice and clean. That's what we like to see. Doing another good job of keeping Joe in this dirty air there. peeking under. Every time that happens, Logan seems to get a little loose coming out of 2 there. Joe's going to shove it in there in 3. Looks like he's going to be able to make that pass. Almost, not quite. Side by side going down the front stretch. It's a little tight into the corner. He's able to hold it. The drag waist down the backstretch. We got us a race. And coming back to the white flag. And Joe is just bound determined he's going to make that pass, and he does. Todd Cray tries to take advantage of that position as well, and he's going to make the pass. So Joe Zader moved up into 3rd with Todd Cray moving up into 4th. Final lap. These guys are sending it. And just like that, Anthony Promoter making that final turn into 3. It looks like tonight your main is going to be Anthony Promoter. Good race. Good race with about a 3-second lead. Amazing race. Russ Bovair in 3rd. And Mr. Joe Zader coming home in 3rd with a podium. Great racing, guys. Let me see if I can get these people up into the booth here. And see what we can get some commentary going on.
Hey. Yeah, yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, what a great race. I sit there and called it. I watched Russ kind of come from mid-pack to kind of baby shark his way on up into the top 3 there. But look at that. We got Joe Zader with another podium this year. What do you think, Joe? All right. Good job, guys. And Mr. Joe Zader with another podium this season. That's an awesome job, Joe.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Man, I watched you. I just knew you would. I'm like, man, Joe's going to push it. Joe's going to get on that podium one more time this season. What do you think? You needed a little bit more to try to stick with Russ there? Or are you guys just sitting back just kind of saving your stuff?
Yeah, no, Russ was fast. He was definitely faster. I was just trying to save my stuff. I'm like, it's not going to pay off. It's not going to pay off. And sure as shit, we pulled them in.
Yeah. I sit there and watch Russ run from like the middle of the pack, and then all of a sudden he started clicking everything off a little bit, almost a 0.8 of a second or faster than everybody else. It's like, yep. I said, I don't know if he can catch Anthony, but I'm going to tell you what, it's going to be a race up front with Ivan.
Yeah, dirty air was
horrible.
It's so bad here.
It was
a lot of
horrible.
times you're behind someone. It's not we're being patient. You're stuck in a wall of dirty air. You can't do anything. You'll have like a big run coming out of 4, and then it just right before you hit exit, it's just, I don't know, it just puts the brakes on. But then later in the run, real late in the run, it doesn't become as much of a problem, especially when guys burn up their stuff.
Right. So what did you think of the season this year?
I would say it was looked like a good season of some ups and downs, some normal league stuff, but exciting exciting. It was cool having a season with some people in contention all the way to the end.
Yeah, I was very
That's
impressed. I mean, at one time in the season, we had 4 different setup shops in here. I thought that was amazing and a testament to the people that run the league and to the drivers in the league. You know, you don't necessarily see that except in maybe open races. So, you know, I
yeah.
thought that was really cool to see that, to have other people come in and be able to compete with them and have some really good racing.
Nope, absolutely.
Yeah, that made it fun.
Yeah, I was kind of, I don't know what happened to Bailey and Brinson tonight. I don't know if they just figured they couldn't catch Ron or whatever the case and decided just not to show up. I wish they would have showed up. I would have liked to have
Yeah, I'll ask
seen them.
Todd about that. That's you know, I figured Bailey would have definitely been here.
Right. I mean, because
Yeah.
because more than likely Todd took over second place in the championship, and I mean they're paying out what, the first 3 places, I believe.
Yeah, I would assume something happened. It wasn't
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know,
so yes, I hope everything went well there, and of course the league definitely appreciates the support from Nitro and from FRT and from Joe from you and NEPA. We're definitely thankful for that support and the stuff you guys done to help the league. Um, Anthony, what the hell did you put in that thing, man? You got some of that Jordan Martin tires or fuel or what, man?
I don't know. I just love this track. This is a fun track for me to race at. I like a track where you actually got to use the brakes getting into the corner to use the gears.
yeah, you can really screw up driving here.
Oh, it's so much fun.
It's
And you
nice.
can make people overdrive the entry of the corner very
That's what
easily,
you did
too.
to Logan. I was sitting there talking about it
Oh,
on
yeah,
the stream.
heck yes.
I'm like, man, he's making Logan way overdrive that truck.
Yep.
Yeah, no, even actually you saw, Todd when I got to his pretty close to him, he, and he's a very experienced racer. He knew exactly what to do. I could see he was free off and he just let me by. And that was his best chance to regain some spots and not lose too many.
Well,
Um,
I think
and,
Joe
yeah.
watched you because it's like every time you got to his left rear, he was loose as a goose coming off the corner. Same way with Logan. And Joe
Yeah, I
was like,
saw
yeah.
they were getting loose. I'm like, here's my chance.
But then you saw what Logan did when, which, I mean, I definitely expected him to race me, but once I kind of, I think we were coming out of 4 and he was still barely to my outside rear, but right there is when, okay, I'm going to cough up the spot, take care of my stuff, or I'm going to lose 2 more spots. And he just kept pushing.
And
Right?
he lost the spot to Todd at the
He
end.
lost, yeah, he
Yeah.
lost.
Raced me
Todd
the
and
same
you.
way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
He'd pretty much burn his right rear up at that point. I
Oh,
believe,
yeah.
'cause
Oh,
he
man.
was tail slapping the wall coming out of 2 almost every lap at that point.
Oh, he was driving the wheels off of it to stay in front of me. The dirty air was killing me the first 15, 20 laps of that run.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I saw you get to him and then he backed off. Like, yep, nope, the wall's there, and then you wait a little bit.
Yeah,
and
I
then
figured you
all
were
of a sudden
just
he come
kind of
back to me.
managing. Yeah, I figured you were just managing that gap and was like, yeah, we'll just let him burn it up and go.
Oh,
for
I
it
was
after that.
I was driving hard to try to get to
Yeah.
him, but there was like a 5-10 lap period where I could not get the truck to get any closer, and then all of a sudden it just something clicked that his slowed down and mine didn't slow down as much as his did, and I was able to finally get closer to him.
Right.
And then once I got close enough to him, I knew I could make him overdrive the entry to the corners.
Gotcha.
I was worried about Russ because I knew he was back there tire saving.
He was coming, and I was
I
like,
knew it for a
yeah.
fact. I'm like, oh, I hope Russ's tires wear out just enough to where, or I can get just far enough away from him to where
He can't
when
get
he
to
does get clear of him, he won't be able to catch me quite as quickly.
But yeah, no, it was definitely a good race. I mean, the couple cautions that we had were just single spins. People were getting into the gas a little too quick coming off the corner.
Oh,
so that's all they
It's
were.
very easy to spin it coming off a turn, too.
Yeah.
Both of them, really. Yeah, depending on what you're doing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And there was a wreck off each corner, so it was just definitely one of those things.
Were you downshifting, Russ, in both corners?
Nope. Well, I think I might have been one of the very few that did not downshift in 3 and 4.
Really?
Yeah,
I was
Yeah, you were
downshifting in
fast
3 and
too.
4.
I was
Yeah.
downshifting in both
Yeah,
corners.
Logan was doing it once in a while. Logan wasn't doing it when he was in front of you, Anthony, but once
Okay.
you got to his rear bumper, he started downshifting to try to keep his momentum up.
And that's
That makes sense.
probably what pissed his truck off so
Yeah,
much, is because
yeah.
he started getting the wheel spin.
Yeah.
And when we were a little tight on fuel, I was fine because I'm not downshifting there. And, I'm talking to Joe, he is, and he was kind of, still had some saving before we even took off. Really? So, and then I saw Logan go right by you, and you were obviously saving a little bit. And that makes sense now that he wasn't shifting in 3 and 4 as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bring
Yeah,
Doc
I was-
down here. Give me
I
just-
was saving a lot in the early part of that second run after the pit stop, the first one, because I'm like, there's
Yeah, I was-
no way I can make it on fuel.
Right when the caution came out, I was gonna just boot right on by. I'm like, I'm good on fuel. It must be the shifting thing. And then that caution came out. I'm like, damn it.
Oh, it's big. Like, I was burning 0.34 a lap, and my custom setting is at 0.31. That is
Oh, wow.
how much of a difference downshifting makes in 3 and 4.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's.
Oh, y'all was downshifting in 3 and 4?
No, I wasn't.
was. Not everybody
Promoter
was.
was.
I got you.
Yeah, somewhere.
I never even tried that.
Yeah. Well, Doc, this is the end to another good season.
Awesome race. Good
Yeah,
job,
great
Anthony.
season, Doc. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, it ain't nothing that I did. Y'all the ones that did everything, not me. I didn't do a
Yeah,
damn
you keep
thing.
everybody in line, though.
Well, that's sometimes kind of like herding a bunch of cats, but we got through it. You're gonna have some dust ups here and there, and that's to be expected. All things considered, I'm pretty pleased with the way to see. I think I ain't went back and looked, but if I had to guess, I'm gonna say we got more people in our last race of the season right here than we had the last race of season 10, and season 10 was probably more than season 9. So it's a process. We get there.
Yeah, so I'm assuming with Mr. Ron Thompson
So I
coming
need
in
to,
in ninth place that he's wrapped up the championship.
He just needed
think-
to start the race.
Yeah, I think with with Bailey not showing
Oh
up,
yeah,
Ron pretty much just
I
needed to
have
start
not
the race.
looked at your replay yet. I need to check and make sure. The only thing that we don't know about, and then I can post the points, is the everybody driving back to the pits. Rich said he didn't look at it, so I got to look at that here just in a minute, and hopefully I'll get the points uploaded here in the next half hour or so.
Yeah, everybody in front of me pitted, come all the way
it
back
seemed
to the
like everybody
pits.
did.
There was only 2 guys behind me, I think.
That would be
I'll
me. Thank you.
I was coaching. No, you was in front of me.
That's
I
right.
was-
You was
I was
there.
saving some
Was you
fuel
saving
there.
fuel? I knew something happened. I was like, damn, something happened to Ron. He's way off the pace. And after I went around, I said, daggone, he's still dropping back. And then it hit me that you might have been saving fuel. That going down and topping off, I had 4 laps left at the end, which I was a lot slower than y'all guys did anyway, too. So couldn't get back to what I practiced at today, not even close. Not even close.
Wow.
Same thing. I don't know. I don't get it.
Well,
Everybody came down pit road, Doc.
Good deal.
awesome.
Rascal,
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
replay right now. So
Yes, sir.
when you reckon you might have that wheel and pedals ready to
You know what? That's
sail?
a good question. I will. Let me. I'll message Pat when we're done in here, and I will. I still have to meet with him. He's got the part.
Oh, okay. Got you. I know.
So-
He said when all that stuff happened, he had it, but he didn't feel right going over there.
Yeah. No, I can. I'll hook up with him towards the end of this week, and shouldn't have a problem getting it all done and stuff over the weekend, and try to get it over to you by next week.
All right. Hey Joe, I know the thank you for what you put up, Russ as well. Uh, I know that the pedals will go to Ron, so you can get with him on a shipping address and all for that. Uh, I would ask you until after I can talk to Jimmy. And here's
Doc.
my
Doc.
whole
Doc.
thing on this.
Doc, we're
And I
live.
don't want to seem
Doc.
ungrateful or anything like
Hey,
that because
hold on.
we're
Hey,
high
Doc.
for
Doc.
left.
Doc.
Hang on.
We're live. Yeah, we're still live. So let me end this broadcast and then let me end this broadcast and then we can go ahead and take care of that business. But anyway,
Well, yeah, all right.
that is going to bring a close to season 11 for the V-Speed Contender Series here at Gateway. We have our. I pulled you down, Doc. I was just going to see if you had anything you wanted to say, and you kind of already said it, thanking them. So. Is there anything else that you would like to say since we're live?
Yeah, I would.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would. I want to thank the Nitro Racing setup shop and Discord, Russ, and Nepa Towing and Joe Zader for all his team's work, as well as the FRT Friends Racing Together, Jimmy Babb, and then the V-Speed Contender Series, naturally, with Doc and all his effort and his guys in the booth, and the Burnt Rubber Racing support you put up. Did you get all that?
Yep, I got it. I mean, it was a great season, Ron. Man, you run an amazing season this year. I was very proud. I'm proud of Joe, man. Joe, if I had to give out a freaking most improved driver, Joe would definitely be at the top of that
Joe
list.
Zader.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Joe did an amazing job.
I'll see what y'all's giggling at, man.
Doc, anything else you want to say before we wrap up the broadcast?
I don't think so.
I think he said enough.
I think he said enough.
Initial scoring continues.
All right.
I
Well,
can't hear anybody.
you can't hear me? Can you not hear me, Doc? Yo, Doc.
I don't think he can hear us.
Oh,
You
I
must
don't
have
know.
lost.
Oh, there it goes.
There it goes. No, I asked.
Sorry,
yeah.
I didn't mean to mess up your. What was that?
The Black Panther Party?
Forrest Gump, yeah.
I didn't mean to mess up your Black Panther party.
Little Forrest Gump back.
No, Doc, I was asked if there's anything else that you wanted to say before we end the broadcast.
Thank y'all, everybody. That's about all I can say. One name that I did hear, and I don't even know, is Mr. Greer. Is the owner of FRT. Thank you, Mr. Greer. I know he's watching.
Yeah,
And,
he posted in our chat for the stream.
Yeah, thank
good.
you for everything, all the support that you've given us over the last couple of seasons. We hope that we have did something to make you proud, and we look forward to continuing a relationship with y'all.
Amen to that.
Amen.
All right, well, that will wrap up season 11 for the V-Speed Contender Series. We're going to take a little break for the summer, and then we'll be back at it here. What is it, in toward the end of July, Doc? Is that when it starts back up?
Yeah, second or third week in July at Daytona.
Okay. Well, there you have it. The next race that you see from the V-Speed Contender Series will be race 1 of season 12 at Daytona International Speedway. That does it from V-Speed, Burnt Rubber Racing, and we will